Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Jake Green. I'm the Head of Technical Engagement here at the Scolmore Group, and I'm joined by Tim Benstead yet again. He's always to the left of me here, doing a great job as ever. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at Group 0, 1 and 2 locations, specifically under Section 710 medical locations. So the reason we're doing that is because the previous video we spoke about EBBs, where they need to go, etc. But some people in the comments asked, well, what is a 0, 1 and 2 location? How do we define what a 0, 1 and 2 location is? So we're in 7671 today. However, under the HTMs, we need to be concerned with, and we also need to be concerned with a consultation with medical professionals.
Indeed, Jake, indeed. We've got Regulation 710.3, and it drops under this assessment of general characteristics, which we would have to have done in terms of the general installation, but we have to be a bit more specific within medical location. It says here, in order to determine the classification and group number of a medical location, it's necessary that the relevant medical staff indicate which medical procedures will take place within the location. That comes first before we ever think about, well, what type of group location have we got here?
Yeah, also, Tim, sometimes the medical professionals say, well, there's a likelihood that this could happen in this area. Therefore, you need to then be going accordingly against it. So you need to say, right, okay, well, maybe we need to make this into a group 2 or group 1, so on and so forth. So as you said, into Annex 710 then, which is on page 287 of 7671. So we could got a whole list here. We've got group 0 there, which is clearly labelled up. We've also got group 1 and 2. And that does go down an extensive list. However, it's not an exhaustive list. So if there is something that's a little bit peculiar, that's not on the list, that doesn't mean it doesn't fall under it necessarily. We need to be concerned with where patients are receiving medical treatment.
And specifically medical treatment, Jake, that uses medical electrical equipment. And when it's that, then we suddenly have to move on up from a group 0 to a group 1, or perhaps a group 1 to a group 2.
And how do we sort of determine what the next steps are then? So if we start moving up the groups, what do we need to now think about?
Well, interestingly, with regard to group 1 and 2, there's a lot of the things required are the same. So the issues around the use of equipotential bonding bus bars, the nature of socket outlets, the nature of connection points for bonding, all of those start to kick in. A group 2 is more specific. It's you will. A group 1 is it depends on
what's being done.
That
0, generally what we're saying then is that nobody would have any sort of treatment via electrical appliances within
exactly right.
Group 1 would be where you would have somebody perhaps administering or being on a
blood pressure test.
You
could be in a hospital bed and people wheel up the trolley with some electrical equipment or an appliance that's going to be used, and they would need that therefore to be working on you. Because it's electrical equipment, suddenly the level of risk has increased slightly.
And then if we look at group 2 as well, that's when you start moving into your operating theatres, so where people are actually being treated and they are basically incapacitated, where they can't actually move at all. So that then increases the risk.
Intensive care units would be a classic example of where you'd expect to see a group 2 location.
Those are group 0, 1 and 2 locations. For more content like this, stay tuned to the channel, subscribe, like and share, and we'll see you on the next one.